Superman 2025. It is here. And I watched it a day before it officially came out. And I loved it. This movie is so good. But when I got home and I hopped on my phone, hopped on TikTok, hopped on X, I saw people with very strong opinions on this movie. And like that's always good to see. You know, if you're doing something right, there's going to be people hating on you, and that's just part of the process. So, avoiding all that negativity, I'll get into that later in the video. I want to talk about how this movie can be a classic. No, it's gonna be a classic, bro. Like, kids are growing up and watching this movie. Once they're like 18, they're gonna be like, man, I wish I saw another movie like that Superman 2025 movie. It's gonna be a classic. And I just want to touch on what this movie did so well to like earn that respect from me, to earn like that approval. I just have to talk about it because it's just so good. David Cornsweet as Superman is such a good casting. Like, it's honestly like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. It's on that level for me. And that does sound a little bit crazy to say, but like, he just feels like Superman. He talks like him. He acts like him, which, yeah, that's his job. So, but like, they could have chose so many people, and the fact that they chose him, it's just so right. Like, it's like Chris Evans playing Captain America. Even the tiny things like of him running that makes him Captain America is perfect. Do I explain myself? Like, the way that Chris Evans runs is Captain America. The way that David Cornsweet talks is is Superman. It's just great acting. It's great casting. Like, he fits the character perfectly. His mannerisms, the way he talks, the way he walks, like the phrases. Same thing with Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. That casting is great. That's honestly, I like that casting even more than David Cornsweet as Superman. Me personally, because the way he just represents that envy, that rage, and the way he delivers his speeches and pronunciates that so well and gets that across on his speeches and monologues in this movie, it's great. It's just what you want in a movie to start off a new universe like this. It has potential to be a classic, bro. I'm telling you right now. And the dynamic between these two actors is just as great as their acting. Like, you can feel how Lex Luthor just hates Superman. And you can feel how Superman just wants to do good. And I love that in this movie, bro. It's just so great. It's so peak. David Cornsweet delivers these lines perfectly. And James Gunn wrote these lines perfectly. He says he stopped the war because people were gonna get hurt. People were gonna get hurt. They were getting hurt. And that's like the most Superman thing Superman could do. And I don't get why people are hating that. Maybe because it is a bit on the nose in this type of climate we're in right now. How people are getting hurt. But in a world where Superman does exist, like in the DCU, Superman's gonna do something about it. You know, he does good just to do good. And that in this movie captures that perfectly. And even like the side characters, they're great too, bro. Like Elemental Man. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna be honest to you. Like, I've heard about him, of course. But it's like my first time seeing him and understanding him. And even as a side character, like, he plays his role so well. You empathize with him. Even though you just met him, you probably never heard about this character before, but you empathize with him. even with characters you haven't heard about before, like the falafel man, the man in Metropolis that makes food. That's an original character for this movie, and he dies in this movie. Spoilers, but like you still feel that death, even though you met him like just now, maybe a couple like minutes ago. You met him, and then he dies, and you feel sad for him. And that's just like great writing, you know. It makes you feel something. And even though he's a side character, like he advances the plot. They could have like very easily just had him there as like a gag or like a quip, like most Marvel movies might do. Like at the very end of Doctor Strange, that comes to mind. That's like the same thing. It's like a cameo. But here, this guy, he's here. Like he makes his joke. He helps Superman get up. But they still bring him back, and he still advances the plot with that moment. And that's what makes this movie so good. Like even small, I mean not really small things like that, but decisions like that are just great. They introduce a lot of side characters. You know, they have the guy I just talked about. They have Guy Gardner, Hot Girl, Mr. Terrific, Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen. You know, it's a big cast, but they all play their roles perfectly. Jimmy Olsen, he pretty much saves the day in his own way. You know, he gets that proof on Lex Luthor. Mr. Terrific and Lois Lane, they save Superman, our protagonist. Like they're each advancing the plot. They each have their things to do, and even though it might seem like a bit much for like a movie that's supposed to set up a whole universe and a character, I can see how it can be a bit convoluted. But like they do it right. They do it well. Like they set up Guy Gardner, they set up his personality, and we get to know him in a movie that's about Superman, and that's gonna set up like his character for the rest of his universe. Like I want to get across how important that is. That like you can set up a side character in a movie like this so well. Like for example, what is a Marvel movie that kind of failed to do this? Let's see. I mean, what's coming to me is Pietro from Age of Ultron. You know, I love Quicksilver, man, and like they killed him off in that same movie. He doesn't really talk that much. He's more like a goon than anything. Like yeah, that's his role in the movie. He's like he's a goon. Ultron's the main villain, and Pietro's there as like a sidekick, enforcer. But he's still like a big deal in the comics. He's Wanda Maximoff's sister, and like it's kind of the same thing with Guy Gardner. You hear what I'm saying? Like Guy Gardner, it's just like a hammer in this movie. He's just a guy that punches things, but he still get built up in a way that he can do things later on. He doesn't get killed off or like no strength time. He still gets that character development that a lot of movies lack and don't just show you. Sometimes they really just tell you and don't show you. Like this movie is so great. Lex Luthor and Superman, it's like yin and yang. You can feel the hate. It's like Tom and Jerry. It feels right. It feels like something that you will watch in a classic movie. It's like Scar and Lion King. Is that type of dynamic. The movie's just all around great. The actors are great. The writing's great. Everything's built up in a way that it can be a classic movie. And like all good movies, this one's gathering hate, which I understand for sure. And like the climate that we're in right now, things are obviously happening. And you don't want to be reminded about that like when you're just trying to have fun watching a Superman movie of all things. Like you have to remember that Superman is a hero. If there's a war and Superman's there and he can do something and he knows that someone's gonna get hurt, Superman is gonna help. That's his whole character. So why there's people getting mad about this online, I can understand their position about not wanting to see that in a movie, knowing that it's happening in real life. But like you have to understand that if it's happening in our world, it's gonna happen in this fictional universe. and Superman's gonna do something about it. And the same thing with like his background. Everyone knows Superman's an alien, and yeah, there's some controversy about that right now. But it's just part of the character, and it's just something you have to swallow. And I don't like how it's holding his movie back, because it's just a perfect decision to put in the movie. Like, it is Superman, and it's great that they had the confidence to put that in this movie, because it represents who he is. And I don't like how that's holding the movie back, that it's characterizing his characters as they are. It shouldn't be getting hate for showing that Superman is Superman. But apart from that, everything else it does is great. It's gonna be a classic. I love this movie, and I would love to hear what you have to say. Like, honestly, don't subscribe, don't like the video, but comment, bro. I just want to hear you either like talk back, like hate on me that I'm making my first YouTube video and then like it sounds like butt, or hate on the movie, or tell me you love the movie. But I would love to hear what you have to say.